During his rise in fame, Gianni kept a secret from the world.
I've never said it. I'm gay.
He was gay and deeply in love with Antonio D'Amico. When his family found out, they were worried. They feared that if people knew, it could hurt the Versace brand and its sales. In the fashion world, reputation was everything, and Versace didn't want to lose it, so they decided to keep this a secret from the public. In 1992, Gianni bought a mansion with Antonio in the South Beach neighborhood of Miami. While living there, he often visited local gay nightclubs, but he never drank or danced with people. He went there for inspiration. He wanted to see what people were wearing, what styles they loved, and how fashion was changing. Even though he was very rich and famous, he stayed down to earth. He always talked to locals and paid attention to every little detail. By this time, Gianni was 46 years old and he never believed in retirement. He was still passionate about his work, always looking for ways to make his designs even better. In one interview, he even said, "Fashion, it's like oxygen for me. I love doing fashion." But on July 15th, 1997, at the age of 50, something tragic happened to Gianni. He went for his usual morning walk outside his Miami home. He picked up a cup of coffee and grabbed copies of Vogue and The New Yorker. But as he was heading back, a 27-year-old man named Andrew Cunanan was waiting for him. Suddenly, Andrew pulled out a gun and shot Gianni right outside his home. The people of South Beach were completely heartbroken. They gathered outside Gianni's home to pay their final respects. More than 2,000 people attended his funeral, including dozens of celebrities like Princess Diana, Naomi Campbell, Elton John, Madonna, Sting, and his fashion rival, Giorgio Armani. The entire world watched his funeral as it was broadcast on television. At the time of Gianni's murder, Andrew Cunanan was already wanted by the police for other murders across the United States. He had already killed several other people before making his way to Miami. Andrew, the murderer, was reportedly gay. Just 8 days after killing Gianni Versace, he was found dead in a boathouse. He decided it was better to commit suicide than go to jail. In 1997, when Gianni Versace passed away, he was one of the most famous fashion designers in the world. In less than 20 years, he built a global empire that put Italy at the top of the fashion industry. Gianni Versace wasn't just an ordinary designer, he was a celebrity in the world of fashion. But despite all of this, the Versace story didn't end there. At the time of Gianni's death, the Versace brand was worth $87 million. In his will, Gianni left 20% of the company to his sister Donatella, who stayed on as the artistic and creative director. His brother Santo received 30% and became the new chairman. But surprisingly, the remaining 50% went to Gianni's niece Allegra Versace. He loved her like a daughter and called her his little princess. She was only 11 years old when Gianni died and received half of the company. Gianni didn't just think about his family, he also made sure his boyfriend, Antonio D'Amico, had some money. In his will, Gianni Versace left his boyfriend, Antonio, a monthly allowance of 26,000 euros and the right to live in any of the Versace family mansions. But Donatella Versace did not like Antonio at all. Unfortunately, she controlled the family's money and properties, and she didn't want to give him so much of her brother's wealth. Donatella took the matter to court, and in the end, Antonio left with a lump sum for his inheritance and decided not to fight over living in the mansion. However, after Gianni's tragic death, many companies approached his family, offering millions to buy the Versace brand. They even said, "None of your family will ever have to work again." Donatella used to get offers like this every week, but his family refused to sell. They wanted to continue Versace legacy themselves. Donatella said, "My brother would never have wanted me to sell even a single office chair. The company was family, and you don't sell family." So the Versace family continued to run the brand on their own. But what most people don't know is that Versace played a role in a surprising invention in 2000. Donatella designed a dress that Jennifer Lopez wore to the Grammy Awards. When she walked the red carpet, all eyes were on her. It was a green jungle print dress and everyone was talking about it. After the event, the dress became so popular worldwide that it became the #1 search term on Google. But there was one problem. Back then, Google didn't have an image search option. In fact, so many people searched for the dress that the Google team realized the urgent need for a Google image search. So, it was actually Donatella's dress design that led to the creation of Google Images. Donatella was doing great for Versace, but deep down, she was not happy. She was still struggling with the death of her brother Gianni, and things got even worse when she became addicted to coke while working at Versace. Luckily, at Allegra's 18th birthday party, Donatella completely broke down. Her family members and close friends were worried about her addiction, but later, one of family friends, Elton John, convinced her to go to rehab and leave her addiction behind. And thankfully, she agreed. However, despite all of this, Versace business has not had a happy ending. In 2014, Versace's business was struggling and sales were continuously declining. The sales were not as good as in the past. Eventually, things got so bad that the family decided to get help from outside the family. At first, the Versace family decided to sell 20% of the company to the private equity firm Blackstone Group. They also brought in a new CEO, Jonathan Akeroyd, to help boost sales. Fortunately, with the new leadership, Versace made a strong comeback and became popular again with younger audiences. As time passed, it became clear that the next generation of the Versace family wasn't ready to take over the business. Santo and Donatella, wanting to keep their brother's brand alive, knew it was time to make a difficult decision. They decided that the best way to protect Gianni's brand in the future was to sell the company, making sure his vision would continue long after they were gone. In 2018, they sold Versace to Capri Holdings for $2.12 billion. They also set two conditions. One was that Donatella and Santo would work full-time for Versace, and the other was that the family would get $176 million worth of Capri Holdings stock from the sale. Thankfully, both conditions were accepted. After that, Versace never looked back. They expanded beyond fashion and launched two Versace hotels, one in Australia and the other in Dubai. What started as a small family dress shop in Italy grew into a multi-billion-dollar fashion empire. As of today, Versace remains one of the top fashion brands in the world. However, if you want to watch another crazy true story about fashion and murder, I highly recommend you check out the Gucci story. Just click the thumbnail and I'll take you there.